What's up, Pisces? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting June 30th. Almost jumped into July. Anyway, Pisces, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. And deck I am using will be listed in the description box. Not reading any reversals. Also, too, before I begin, I want to wish all the Pisces who celebrate 4th of July a very happy and safe 4th of July celebration. All right, so let's see. What is the energy surrounding Pisces this upcoming week? What does Pisces have to look forward to? Energies for my fishes. All right, here we go, Pisces. Let's cut the deck and begin your messages. And we're going to begin with the first card, and it's the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a minor energy of conflicting, conflicting energy, internal, external. Internal meaning that there could be, some things going on, feeling like you're, pulled in different directions in terms of making any types of decisions. You're not sure of what decisions, or it could be an action as well, but it's just minor. You'll figure it out. And also, too, making sure that, you're not allowing others that you are close to, or, people that entertain the space in your head, because this is what I always pick up with the Five of Swords, that people are always trying to come after you. And it could be in the sense of, mind games, just, stupid stuff. Anyway, the other thing that comes to mind here is that you may have or own something or possess something that someone is envious of. Okay, so Five of Swords. Following the Five of Swords, now we have the Five of Wands. Now, the projection of energy. Now, these two cards might be connected here in terms of energy. So I always say the Five of Wands is the projected energy that could come to you by others in the form of petty fights or arguments. And here we have the Five of Swords on the external end. Those people possibly trying to mess with Pisces and play head games. Don't feed into it, Pisces. I always say it's what's going on with them. It has nothing to do with you. They're just trying to draw your energy into theirs. And as quickly as it may approach you, if it is in the form of petty fights or arguments with others, it'll go away just as quickly as you will. Don't feed into it. Don't add fuel to the fire. If it is not that energy that you are engaged in this week, then it could be a moment, and it could be any day of the week that you just go through a period of restlessness, and that too shall pass. Remember, the fives are just the minor energy that has the potential of opening up. Following the Five of Wands, now we have the major arcana, the Death card. Okay, so the Death card basically means major life transformation, whatever that energy may mean for you. It never ever means physical death. It just means that there's something that needs to come to an end. And that ending only occurs when you are able to identify what needs to be put to an end. Now, the most simplest thing that I apply to this Death card is that, getting rid of stuff, clutter, things that have accumulated over time, maybe in your home, in your office space. And it's just time for you to clear that space up for, to allow something new to come through. All right. So that is the Death card, major arcana. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is actually pretty good here, because the Ten of Swords means that there is an ending, and it's could be closely connected to the Death card, but there is an ending that's happening or will be happening or occurring around you, and then something new is going to replace that. I also read the Ten of Swords, Pisces. If it's not you, maybe somebody that you know, maybe planning some sort of future inpatient or outpatient surgical procedures. It is going to be, painful or whatever. Excuse me. It is going to be painful, but the Ten of Swords always offers relief and recovery. Following that, we have the major arcana, the Hangman. Hangman mirrors over here to the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is still decisions and actions, right? So um, the Hangman just comes through just to remind you of any actions or decisions that you're about to undergo this week, that you do take your time so that you're not rushing through anything and having to deal with any um, fast approach to any decisions or actions, and then end up having to deal with any types of regrets. This is hanging in the balance. Air suspension is really neutral energy, but just comes through to remind you, Pisces, just take your time during this week when it comes to anything that you process in terms of any actions or decisions. Following the Hangman, now we have the major arcana, the Temperance card. Okay, so the Temperance card brings back that balance, restores the peace. This also could be a week for some Pisces that I'm reading for where you just focus on yourself, even though it's a holiday weekend, because it's 4th of July. For some of us, it'll be a 3-day weekend. Some of you still may be wanting to, regroup, pull the energy back to yourself, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself. Because I always say, if you don't take care of yourself and love yourself first, then there's no room for anybody else to come through. So make sure that you take care of yourself. The Temperance card also could be what I refer to as Mother Nature. So you could be just spending some time outdoors, enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. But this is being at peace. This is being fulfilling your own needs and your own wants, and not really having to worry about, attaching that energy to those that you are close to. Okay, so this is a good card to balance things out for you, or restore that balance for you, and bring some sort of peace into your life. Following the Temperance card, now we have the King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups is the father of all love. Of course, he's nurturing, caring, and supportive. You already know about your intuition. He's here to help guide you as far as your intuition is concerned. This is male energy, so it could be any Pisces that's a male that sees the video and stuff. That's, King of Cups would represent you. Nurturing, caring, loving, supportive, family man. Could be your brother, your husband, your grandfather, uncle. The King of Cups to have in your spread is also, too, the card in the list of cards that I always say that if it shows up in your spread, Pisces, that you're already receiving, could be already receiving that love, devotion, commitment from family members, friends, or romantic partners. The King of Cups also has the ability to, of course, bring together and formulate platonic friendship as well as romantic partnerships. Up next, now we have the Justice card. Okay, so do pay attention to the major arcanas that you are having in your spread here. So this is the card that represents feeling liberated, feeling justified. Anything that's going on for you, Pisces, will be in your favor. I always say that the Justice card, she holds scales. Well, not in this particular card here. She doesn't have any scales, but it's still a balancing type of energy. So you'll feel balanced the rest of the week and justified. Any litigations or any judgments or anything going on will be in your favor. I always throw in someone could be, waiting to hear about some sort of workers' comp decision that'll be in their favor, but it could almost be anything. There could also be some sort of things going on with some Pisces that I'm reading for related to the justice system. You could be working in the justice system as well. All right, but it's favorable. And also somebody could be getting married here in front of the justice of the peace. Up next now, oh, look at this. Now we got the major arcana, the star card. Okay, so Pisces, what you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for may manifest for you. Okay, the star represents excitement, surprises. It also represents any expansion or development with your own psychic energy. You could meet somebody famous. Social media, social networking. You could be stargazing. You could be dream journaling this week. Is very, very positive here. Making sure that, however, that you are focused on one or two things, because I always say the stars that are spread out in the heavens is just energy. You don't want to feel like you're scattered all over the place. I don't think that you'll have a problem this week here, Pisces, to be honest with you. Next up here is the major arcana, the Tower. So, you know what? Not to despair here. The Tower is all about shock and devastation, but you got the You got the death card, you have the temperance card, you have the justice card. So things are going to be minimized here when it comes to the tower, if the tower is the type of energy that expresses itself towards you. But I feel that, most times the tower shows up here in order for me to talk about things that are happening outside of yourself. But then again, I always say a cross mirrors over here to the Five of Swords here, not to get engaged in any types of petty fights or arguments with anyone, because it's not going to turn out to be too pretty. Okay, so don't do that. Don't engage yourself. Um, but the star card with the tower definitely means that, and we've been having so many people in the news, famous people in the news passing away. So again, this energy will be brought up to our attention, where we'll hear about famous people that we know, male or female. It could be multiple passings, but these are people that are well known for whatever industry that they either worked in, or it could be a acting professional, it could be a singer, it could be who else, a sports legend, it could be almost anything. So we'll hear about passings again with the tower and the star being present here. Someone famous will pass away, and we'll hear about that. This still would represent our weather, um, earthquakes, anything that's going on. It could be in terms of your own community that you hear about an increase of crime on the world stage. It could be anything that's going on globally. Um, yeah, just a shock kind of treatment. You know what I mean? So, do I really need to throw a clarifier on this tower? All right, let's do that, Pisces. I wasn't going to do it because you have temperance, you have the justice card, you have the star cards, and you even have the death card. Hangman is just neutral energy here, but let me just see. Why did the tower show up here for Pisces? Why is this tower here? I really don't like throwing clarifiers on the tower because the tower is uncontrollable energy. We don't know how it's going to express itself, so it can just express itself any way that it wants to. But anyway, all right, so the Page of Pentacles is here. So that could be any kind of upsetting news, not something that's personally directed at you, but it could be that we hear about, okay, our stock markets, um, businesses and stuff. I know a lot of businesses have been closing up, major businesses that have been in business for years and stuff. So I feel that this could be what we're hearing or what we're about to hear. It could be anything in terms of closures. Um, it could be anything involving someone, like a very big business filing bankruptcy. Okay. But I feel that it could be anything leading to our maybe the stock market goes down, or takes a dip or a dive next week. Maybe the week ahead is stronger than the previous weeks. Okay, now I'm just giving you energy here, so just we'll have to wait and see what happens. But additionally, in your spread, Pisces, we have look at this, the major arcana, the Chariot. So you got two positive cards here, representing what you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for may come to pass. Because it is a movement card here, and it's the holiday, some of you may be traveling during this time. And if you are going to be safe to and from. Now, we didn't draw any other pentacles outside of the Page of Pentacles, but that's the clarifier for the tarot. But it doesn't mean that, some Pisces that I'm reading for are thinking about purchasing a new vehicle. That could be the case. You could have some sort of car repairs going on, major or minor. But this is always about having to rapidly have something occur to you that's so positive it's not even funny. Again, you got two cards that would represent that type of energy. Just don't be the Pisces that gets behind any source of any vehicle disregard the speeding limit, you will end up with a moving violation. All right, so after the Chariot here, we have the not reading reversals. Now we have the, oh, look at this. Pisces, we have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, the Chariot, and the Star card. These are the three cards that I always equate with each other. So first and foremost, with the Nine of Cups here is the yes answer to all romantic questions. And then again, what you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for may manifest for you this week. It is not an even number of cups, but emotionally what you give this week is what you're going to get back. It is in the same lot with the King of Cups. When you receive this card in your spread, I already said that you may be already receiving that dedication, that love, and that devotion from those family members, friends, romantic partners. Okay, everything that I said about the Star and the Chariot, so you have triple the energy here, to be honest with you. So again, social media, social networking, what you're hoping for, what you're praying for, will manifest for you, definitely. Okay, so that is the Nine of Cups. Up next, now we have the high. Ooh, now we have your own energy here. The High Priestess, the Chariot, also too. I forgot to mention, will take down the energy. Hell, Pisces, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 major arcanas. This is some serious energy here. And now that you have the High Priestess that represents you, that makes this, the reading that I'm doing for you that much more powerful. So please do not fear this tower showing up in your spread, and definitely not the Death card. So the High Priestess is about having to own up to your own intuition, trusting the process of what you feel. Again, you could be withholding secrets from someone. Someone could be shielding or holding secrets from you. Opposites attract. The advice from the High Priestess usually is to be patient, uh, depending on whatever it is that you're going through, just to have a little bit more patience, okay? But most importantly is to trust your intuition. Wow. All right, so this is what I have for you, Pisces. Kind of lengthy, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure that the messages were put out there to you and you clearly understand them. So I feel that this is overall going to be a very, for some Pisces that I'm reading, a very exciting week. Okay, don't forget the Nine of Cups too is also about surprises and excitement. So you got 3 of those energies here. All right. So anyway, me just interpreting the cards here, Pisces, for you. Just take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. And, always throw on that extra word of caution for safety when the tower is present. But I don't think you should have any worries. Um, Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Pisces. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a great week. Ciao.